NBA says LeBron James posed no risk to spread COVID. He's either vaxxed or tested negative. Los Angeles Lakers star LeBron James was found to be in breach of the NBA's health and safety protocols recently, a league spokesperson told ESPN on Friday night. James wouldn't be suspended, sources told ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski, as the nature of the event didn't rise to a threat level of virus spread. Stick until the end, because we are going to show you what the NBA actually said about NBA superstar LeBron James regarding the COVID drama. So be sure to hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell to always be updated. Here we go. The tequila and the protocols. James was one of several high-profile guests present at a promotional event for a tequila brand he backed before the Lakers' playing game against the Golden State Warriors. The tequila was poured at a brief outdoor photo shoot, with invitees including recording artist Drake and actor Michael B. Jordan. And, of course, everyone there had to produce proof of vaccination or a recent negative test result in order to attend. Even with those measures, James, who has declined to say whether he received the COVID-19 vaccination, was found to be in violation of the league's health and safety protocols. There was some outrage after the league announced LeBron had attended the event, with some calling for the NBA superstar to serve a mandatory quarantine before being allowed on the court out of fear he could infect someone else, especially since he refuses to publicly confirm or deny his vaccine details. But the NBA says there's nothing to fear. Under these circumstances and in consultation with medical experts, it was determined that his attendance did not create risks related to the spread of COVID-19, and therefore no quarantine was necessary. The NBA also says LeBron did not receive special treatment because he's a superstar. Over the course of this season, there have been numerous similar violations of the league's health and safety protocols, which were addressed with the player's team in a similar fashion. Then the league added this line, which makes it sound like LeBron has been vaccinated. Under current NBA rules, vaccinated players are permitted to engage in outside activities, including their individual commercial arrangements, such as sponsor appearances or ad shoots. It's a violation of the agreed-upon protocols, and, as we have in other comparable instances around the league, it has been addressed with the team, a league spokesman told ESPN on Friday. According to league protocols, players who fail to comply with rules are subject to warnings, fines, or suspensions. Players who repeatedly break the rules could be subject to more severe discipline. James and the number 7 seeded Lakers will play the Western Conference's number 2 seeded Phoenix Suns in their first-round series Sunday. Despite being the lower seed, LA is riding a 6-game winning streak heading into the Sun series, with James back on the court for the past 3 victories after missing 26 of the Lakers' 28 games prior to that because of a high right ankle sprain. Several weeks ago, James explained his thought process behind sitting out additional games down the stretch, saying, "At the end of the day, if I'm not 100% or close to 100%, it doesn't matter where we land in the standings." With that reasoning in mind, James was asked by a reporter on Friday if the consequences that come with being placed in the league's health and safety protocols during the playoffs, being unavailable to his teammates for potentially up to a 10 to 14-day stretch, affected his decision of whether to pursue the vaccine. "Anything I do off the floor is predicated to my family for the majority, for 99.9% of that," James said. "So it's about the health and safety of my family, and that's what it came down to. Me being available to my teammates on the floor is me taking care of my body. Me doing everything I can do to make sure I'm available both mentally, physically, and spiritually as well. But anything of that nature, that's all family talk." When the reporter followed up by asking James directly if he had received the vaccine, he replied, "It's not a big deal," chuckling briefly after giving his answer. The vague response was consistent with what James said over All-Star Weekend, when he was first asked about his plans for the vaccine. "That's a conversation my family and I will have," he said in March. "I'll keep that to a private thing." Dennis Schroeder talked, Frank Vogel talked. James's teammate Dennis Schroeder, who recently finished a 10-day stint in the health and safety protocols, told a German-language publication earlier this month that he and James were the only Lakers players who hadn't received the vaccine. Schroeder later updated his vaccine roll call, telling reporters last weekend, "I'm the only guy that didn't get vaccinated. I'll just leave it at that." It would appear, however, that there's at least one other player on the Lakers besides Schroeder who has not been vaccinated. Lakers coach Frank Vogel said Friday that LA's roster has not passed the 85% vaccination threshold. The league requires a minimum of 15 out of 17 players for a team to have its health and safety restrictions lessened moving forward. "We have not reached it yet, but we're still hopeful," Vogel said. "And I think there's obvious benefits from the standpoint of us being able to do more things with each other in the cities that we're going to. Something that's been absent league-wide in terms of team building and team bonding for all of us. It's been a challenge. So if we're able to reach that threshold, then obviously we can do more. Satisfying the 85% threshold will allow fully vaccinated persons within a team more liberties, such as not being required to wear masks at a practice facility, being allowed to eat at indoor and outdoor restaurants, in line with local health protocols, being granted the flexibility to eat on flights and leave the team hotel on the road, having more convenient PCR testing times to choose from, and being allowed to have in-person gatherings, such as a group dinner, at some place other than on the court or in a designated meeting room. On Friday, the LA County Department of Public Health announced a partnership with the Lakers to incentivize vaccinations, with a chance to win 2 Lakers season tickets for next season. NBA response. A few days later, the NBA officially talked about this problem, where Mike Bass issued the following statement. To clarify any remaining misconception, LeBron James briefly attended an outdoor event last week where participants were required to be vaccinated or return a negative test result. Under these circumstances, and in consultation with medical experts, it was determined that his attendance did not create risks related to the spread of COVID-19, and therefore no quarantine was necessary. Over the course of this season, there have been numerous similar violations of the league's health and safety protocols, which were addressed with the players' team in a similar fashion. Under current NBA rules, vaccinated players are permitted to engage in outside activities, including their individual commercial arrangements, such as sponsor appearances or ad shoots. Other star players in COVID violations. Maverick center/power forward, Porzingis, on the other hand, went to a strip club that was open to anyone. Porzingis was fully vaccinated when he went to the club and will not have to miss any games, though he does have to pay the fine. The NBA did determine that Porzingis' outing didn't require a quarantine. The video of Harden partying maskless, which was published by Black Sports Online and has been circulating on social media, is purportedly from a Houston club's Christmas party. The NBA COVID-19 protocols prohibit players from going to bars, lounges, or clubs, and from participating in social gatherings of more than 15 people. The league said Harden violated those rules when he attended a private indoor party on Monday. Harden has told NBA investigators he believed he was in compliance with health and safety protocols, a source close to the situation told Shelburne. Harden and multiple witnesses at the event have told the league that he attended a seated dinner for a friend who had recently been promoted at work. Brooklyn Nets star Kyrie Irving has been fined $50,000 for violating COVID-19 protocols, the National Basketball Association announced Friday. NBA President of League Operations, Byron Spruell, made the decision after Irving was spotted at a private indoor party last weekend without a mask. His presence violated NBA rules that prohibit players from attending indoor social gatherings of 15 or more people, or entering bars, lounges, clubs, or similar establishments. Irving, who the Nets will pay $33 million this season, will forfeit salary for games he missed during his quarantine period. Though Irving set out the Nets' last 5 games, he's only being docked for 2 games and must forego over $400,000 per game. What do you think about all this? Did the NBA let LeBron slide with this one? Are they truly showing favoritism? How much does LeBron actually care about COVID-19? Let us know in the comments section below. Make sure to share this video and tell your friends too. Don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button and ring the notification bell to be notified first when a cool new video like this comes out. Thanks for watching and see you next time.